When we were talking yesterday, we were talking about how this is going to be a race that comes down to the independents, and this isn't going to be the end all be all for them. Instead, this is a piece of a larger puzzle. Is there any indication that this is moving independents one way or another?
Yeah, it seems to have colored the reaction of independents a little bit. And what I mean by that is that up until now, independents were breaking for Trump, or on aggregate by a few points seem to have been breaking for Trump. And as we look at the various questions that we ask around the trial and also the horse race, it now seems like on aggregate the independents are breaking for Biden. And again, these are very small differences, right? So we're talking about a few point differences here and there. Maybe that'll be sustained. Maybe that'll change, right? Maybe after the first impact of this news, and after we're past this news cycle, and on to next week when Hunter Biden's federal trial is starting, maybe that will recalibrate, right, and snap back in the way that it used to be before. But right now, we're not seeing fundamental shifts. And again, we asked a series of questions of everyone, and everyone seems to be split, right? We asked, was the trial fair and unbiased, or was it politically motivated? 49% fair and unbiased overall, 51% said politically motivated. The responses tend to be highly partisan. So Republicans, obviously, over 8 in 10 say politically motivated, and Democrats, 8 in 10 say fair and unbiased, but independents are split, 52 to 48%. The other thing that I would say, Brittany, is that there was a big question whether or not these trials should have been held in these heavy democratic jurisdictions, in this case, New York City, right? And whether or not that would be real or perceived bias. Overall, when you ask voters that question, 54% said that they should have been moved to avoid the real or perceived bias. And independents tend to break a little bit on the other side and say it's possible for the jurors to have voted their conscience and to have voted their mind. So it's 54% who said that versus 46% who said the trials should have been moved. But again, these differences are very small, right? And this trial in general has galvanized each of the bases, has divided independents and the rest of the country even further, but the division is roughly equal on both sides, right? So things haven't really changed to what they were before.